All right, so here is self-improvement for spiritual people, right? So I've done self-improvement before. Started lifting weights, started, cultivating myself, right? On the physical aspect of things, because that is important too. You're in a physical body right now. But this is where I see a lot of people going wrong. A lot of people are, being very hard on themselves, very judgmental of themselves. And we create our own reality. So when you're super judgmental on yourself, then you start to hold those expectations of others who may have a completely different life path than you. And then you start becoming judgmental, right? This is why religion gets it wrong, because religious people are trying to judge themselves so heavily to be this perfect person, right? That then they think that God feels that way. Their own projection of what their ego is trying to make them feel like, they confuse that and think that that's God judging them. And that's why you get religions that focus on this whole judgment thing, right? In actuality, when you have some compassion for yourself, you start to realize that is the flow of God. Because I would lift weights, I'd be getting bulk, and I'd be exercising and doing all this stuff, and I'm like, I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy. Why am I on the surface? Everything seems like it's going better than ever, right? Still wasn't happy, because you're not in the flow of God. And you have to understand that God is within you, right? God's that light that is within you, right? And when you're not in touch with that light, everything goes wrong, right? You have to switch your views. Now, self-improvement isn't bad, right? Self-improvement isn't bad at all. But the word self-improvement, right? That implies that you're a separate self, right? That implies that you're an individual. But the true path, the true reality on the spiritual path, the spiritual realization is that we are all one. There is no separate self to improve. But that doesn't mean that you don't try for your life, because God is within you. And the natural state is purity and nurturing and vitality, right? So to understand that you're not this body, but the natural state that reflects God's nature is to care for the body, care for the mind, and the spirit flows through you, right? So that's the whole mind, body, spirit thing, right? That doesn't mean you ignore the body like some yogis do that. Personally, I feel like they're missing the mark a little bit, but everybody's got their own path to figure things out. But no, so that doesn't mean because I was becoming very big in lifting. I was I was shocked at how fast I was improving, gaining muscles, because we create our own realities. And I believe I told my body how to construct itself, and it did it at an alarming rate, right? But at the same time, I got burned out, and then I just stopped lifting weights. I stopped having this thing with myself because I felt like something was off, because I was very spiritual, and then I got to a point where I was heavily identified with my body, and I started liking the way I was looking more and more, and I started identifying more and more with the physical form. And my spirit kind of made me stop lifting weights for a minute, so that I can realize you're not that. You aren't this body, and the more you identify with it is only going to cause more resistance on the path that you're on. This is the path you're destined to be on. You can't change it, right? But that being said, when I stopped doing the whole self-improvement thing, I still noticed that I feel this light, but it's hard to express it here without a healthy body, right? I feel the light, I feel happy on the inside, but the body itself is stuck in the mud a little bit, right? Because there's a balance to everything. Just understand that there is no self to improve. The only eternal self is all things, and it is perfect. And when you realize that eternal self, the Hindus call it Brahman, it's God to other people, the universe, whatever you want to call it, it's inside of you, and you're within it. It's everything, right? And when you're in that flow of God, the natural state of God is abundance and to be taken care of and nurtured, right? So when you align your consciousness with that when you align your consciousness with that supreme self of nurturing compassion, right? Then it's not even a challenge really to improve the body, right? Nurture the body as it is the nature of God to nurture the physical creation, right? You know, somewhere Yeshua says something about how God even takes care of the birds, right? Everything is being taken care of. The only reason we feel like we're not is because we're identified with the ego, right? And then that is the separate self. We separate ourselves from God. That's what religion will call Satan, or in Buddhism it's Mara, in Hinduism it's the Maya, the illusion, the illusory self, right? So there isn't a self to improve. But that doesn't mean don't better your experience here, because a healthy body makes it that much easier to express higher consciousness, both in yourself being one with eternity and this moment right here, because that's all there is. They're both one, you know? They're two sides of the same coin. And to know one side and not the other, you don't truly know it. You're here now, so you need to be one with the physical as well. So, yeah, it's important to nurture your body. I wouldn't word it like self-improvement, right? But, yeah, definitely focus on finding that inner light, the God within you. You know, Yeshua says the kingdom of God is within you, right? That's what it is, you know? And that kingdom will take care of everyone, right? That light within you will take care of everyone. Will take care of you, and then you'll be called when you have a healthy body, full of energy. You know, your body's healthy. You've got that higher consciousness. It's all one unit now, and you can spread and teach that to other people. And that's the truth of it. So don't fall for the trap of the whole self-improvement thing, to where you end up being hard on yourself, being more miserable, and then you end up becoming kind of judgmental to others, and that is not spiritual at all. So, yeah, hope you guys understand that there is no self to improve. There is only the eternal self that is one with you.